Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so this video was supposed to be a spooky season reading vlog, but it didn't quite turn out that way. And so I'm switching it up into I read H.G. Carlton reading vlog because I did read Haunting and Hunting Adeline, and I also read Does It Hurt by H.G. Carlton. So this is gonna be what this vlog is. So if you guys want to see my thoughts on these books, then go ahead and just keep on watching. I want to read Satan's Affair because I think that you have to read that little novella before you read Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline. I want to read those three books for sure for this vlog, okay? I know y'all have seen that Hunting and Haunting Adeline are thick. They're thick books, but they're all giving spooky vibes, so we'll see what we get to read in this vlog. But for sure, I want to read The Cat and Mouse Duet. I'm gonna read Satan's Affair. I might start that today, so I will update you guys. But so far, that's my TBR for this vlog, and I will update you guys when I get started on reading. Hey guys, so I'm here for a little bit of an update. I am currently reading Satan's Affair. I'm 73% of the way in. I'm on chapter 11. I'm on the last chapter, then there's an epilogue. So I am shook. These are dark. Make sure you guys check trigger warnings for sure, especially if Satan's Affair, if I think that Satan's Affair is like dark, spooky, like dark with like dark elements and dark like real life possible things going on. For example, like human trafficking and just everything that comes with that. Make sure you guys check trigger warnings. If Satan's Affair is like this, I can't even imagine what Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline are gonna be like. I knew that I had human trafficking in it, but I didn't really know, you know, like how it was gonna be like. But I'm enjoying it so far. I honestly probably am gonna be rating this book like 3 stars. I enjoyed it. This one also is very cultish, like the main girl in this little novella, Sibby. She grew up in a cult. Literally the first chapter, she's killing somebody. So I'm telling you guys, like, check trigger warnings. It's gory. It's smutty though as well. There is playlist as well, like a spooky playlist that you guys can play. But yeah, I haven't finished it though, but I'm on the last chapter. I'm literally almost done. So I can confidently say that I think most likely I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I'm liking H.G. Carlton's writing, so this is a good sign moving forward. After I finish this, I'm going to be starting, is it Haunting or Hunting Adeline first? I can't remember. The first book in the Cat and Mouse Duet, I'm going to be starting that after I finish this little novella. We have already gotten introduced to Zaid. I'm pretty sure it's Zaid. Zane? No, it's Zaid, right? Oh my god. I literally cannot with myself sometimes. Yeah, Zaid. The way he's described, the aura, just the way that he looks, I'm already here for it. And if the smut in those 2 other books are anything like this novella, oh, I'm already here for it, girl. Anyways, that's my update. I will update you guys when I start the actual Cat and Mouse Duet, and also let you know what I end up rating this little novella, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a 3-star, but we'll see. Hey guys, so I'm here to do an update on this spooky reading vlog. Honestly, this has not gone how I thought it was gonna go. I wanted to post this on Halloween, but it's most definitely not going on Halloween because it's already November 1st, but I still want to post it. I finished Satan's Affair, and like I said in my last clip, I am rating it a 3-star, but it's very much like 3.5 because it was smutty. It was a good time. And then we get to meet Zaid, and then the plot twist at the end, I was not expecting that. I really truly was not. Like, it really got me. I was like, no way. It was crazy, but I loved it. So 3.5, but rounding it down to a 3. I enjoyed the book overall, and I definitely do recommend it. You do not have to read it before reading Haunting and Hunting Adeline. So there's that, but I wanted to read it because it's like the prequel novella. Now, I finished Satan's Affair a long time ago, and I haven't picked up, I think the first one's Haunting Adeline, but that's just because I don't know if I was in the mood for something that dark at the time, and I was reading other other things. Now I think I want to dive back into it. I recently was scrolling on Instagram, as you do, and I had seen like this post about haunting Adeline again, and I saw like a quote and I was like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to finally read that. So I think that will be my next read, but I kind of wanted to update you guys. I guess the next time you guys see me reading, I will put the picture of what I'm reading so you guys know which book I ended up picking up, but most likely Haunting Adeline, because I need to start that because I'm pretty sure that's like 400-500 pages and there's 2 of them. So I'm here for it and I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I was kind of scared to start it. I don't know why, but I think it's time, and we'll see what I end up picking up. Hi guys, so I am here with an update, and not really much of an update, but I did start Haunting Adeline. And honestly, I'm a little mad at myself because I definitely should have started this like during October spooky season, and this vlog should have gone up during October spooky season, but you know what, it's fine. It's still gonna happen, it's still gonna go up. I don't know why it took me so long to read this. I'm only on chapter 4. I am really enjoying it so far. I love the atmosphere. I love the vibe. Low-key, it's kind of scaring me a little bit. That's why I say it, like I should have read this like in October. I think the only thoughts that I have is that, you know, Zaid is daddy, period. I wish that I could find like this cat and mouse duet, like fan art or like character drawings or like whatever, you know, like I wish I could find some. Honestly, I didn't really try that hard to look for some, but I did like look up and I couldn't really find that much, so I just kind of gave up. I might, you know, try and see if I can find some more, or if you know some art. Anyways, leave it down in the comments because I would love to see it. Also, after that, 2, I'm loving the letters. 3, I am loving Adeline. Is it Adeline or Adeline? Let's go with Addie because I don't want to like mess it up, but I'm also loving Addie. I love her as a female main character. She's kind of a badass. I love that she doesn't take any shit, and I love how confident she is in herself, and I like the description of her. I love when Zaid first sees her picture and then he like sees her in person, like how obsessed he gets. That I'm already gonna be loving this because I love me a obsessed psychopathic killer. So I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I'm only on chapter 4, but those are my updates for now. I just love her. Like I think she's funny, and I think she has a backbone, and I think that, you know, she's scared, but she still gets shit done. You know what I mean? Like she still is like, she may be scared, but she's doing it anyways. And I think there's a fear kink here going on. Not when, if she's like actually scared. Like I think with Zaid it's gonna be a fear kink, but like when, if she's scared, like that's not with Zaid. Obviously it's not a kink, but yeah, anyways, that's the update. I'm loving it. I'm hoping to get a lot more reading done today. I'm gonna continue reading and hopefully update you guys later this afternoon. And yeah, so that's my little quick update. So I ended up finishing Haunting Adeline and ended up giving it 5 stars. You guys, it was so good. It was so good. It was the perfect book for spooky season reading vlog. That's why they say the things that they say, because it was that good. And it is just, the atmosphere that H.G. Carlton builds is just phenomenal, just amazing. Like if you really are into that like spooky gothic atmosphere and you want that for October, then these are the books for you. But also do make sure that you check trigger warnings because these books are dark. I also did finish Haunting Adeline, but I can't really talk about that one without spoiling it, so I'm only going to talk about the first book. Did end up giving both books 5 stars though. It was just amazing all around. The first book I think though is my favorite just because I like the buildup of the relationship. The relationship does does like come to an HEA in the second book, obviously, but what we get in the first book is just so good. Like the build up and the flowers with the whiskey, with the ghost and the letters and the murder mystery, and just the primal kink, because Zaid, he's daddy. He follows her into the woods, and it is just so good. Also, the scenes in book 2 I feel like are darker, but the way that Zaid comes back for Adeline and just the things that he does to help her heal, it is absolutely beautiful. And I can't believe I didn't get to read these books in the month of October. I really played myself on that, but I still think that the books gave what they needed to give at the time that I was reading them. And honestly, H.G. Carlton knows how to give that mood, that vibe, because I found myself sometimes being like, I'm a little scared. Like, what's going to happen? Like, what is happening? But it was just so entertaining, and the romance was my favorite part, obviously, and Zaid was my favorite part. I get it now when he says the thing that he says about the last name. If you have read this, I highly definitely think that you should. I recently seen this fan art. I will try and include it in the video so you guys can see, of Zaid and Adeline, and they were kind of like really close to what I pictured them to look like, but the pictures, it just solidified it and just made it absolutely just even more amazing. I love it so much. You guys definitely need to read it. Ooh, it is so good. So I'm currently reading Does It Hurt by H.G. Carlton. As you guys previously saw, I am enjoying H.G. Carlton's writing. I absolutely do love it. She writes some badass heroines, and she writes some mean asshole possessive protective heroes, which I just eat up. So I'm really enjoying it so far. And so I liked how they met. I also liked the waterfall scene. I also see why Enzo is so angry, because the premise is where our heroine Sawyer, she is running from something. We see that in the beginning of the book. She steals people's identity so that she can open credit cards fraudulently, that way that she can survive, because she's running from someone and she can't work because then they'll find her, and so on and so forth. Also, if my voice sounds weird, is because I was sick for like 2 weeks, and that's why you guys haven't seen any videos from me, because girl, once I get sick, you can't make me do nothing. But anyways, beside the point, that's why I sound weird. I'm still getting over it. It's more of a cough now rather than anything else. But we're getting back into it. Yes, so she's running from something. They meet at a bar, and she originally doesn't really go for guys like Enzo to steal their identity, but you know, one thing leads to another, and he's an asshole from the beginning. I feel like he's a little arrogant. He know what he talking about from the beginning, and there was something about Sawyer that drew him in, and they just have this insane chemistry. And you know, shit goes down that waterfall. He took her there. I was like, period. And then he takes her home. It's just so good. It's so good so far. I'm actually, I think, chapter 10, so I'm not that far in. I'm like 20%. I'm 24%. No, I'm 27%, and I'm really enjoying it. They're currently stuck in this lighthouse with the creepy old man. Always know that H.G. Carlton's gonna bring it with the creepy, spooky vibes, okay? So I'm also loving the shark aspects. I think that is just so different. The boat scene, crazy, but I'm loving it. Like, I can't help but love it, even though it's like kind of crazy. But I'm just gonna sit back and read some more on my couch. I will update you guys if I have any further thoughts. Okay, so I just finished reading a little bit more. I should probably check where I'm at. Let me check, because this book... So first of all, the old man, he's creepy. I know he's hiding something. He probably killed his family. I don't know what's going on. He's a little handsy, and I don't like it. But you know, at least Enzo's there, cause fuck. Chapter 19, I am 47% of the way in. I'm almost halfway through the book. Hopefully I can finish it by tomorrow. But it's giving very much creepy vibes. It's giving just ghosts and just spooky vibes. Just so spooky. And I just low-key though, I do love the atmosphere. I love that it's in a lighthouse. I love the ocean water references. I'm just loving it. It's just so good. The push and pull between Enzo and Sawyer, just how they both desperately want each other, but they just keep hurting each other. And there's some really good quotes in here. You can also see why Enzo is the way that he is because of his past, and how the fact that Sawyer stole his identity, it really hit home for him when he was trying to be a safe space for her. The fact that Sawyer has to do these things because of what she's running from. And oh my gosh, it's just so frustrating because I feel for her, and she should have been heard and understood and should have had justice. But you know what? The world don't work like that, and it's just crazy what happened to her. But anyways, it is so good so far. That's my update. I will be back hopefully before I finish it, or maybe after I finish it. I will let you guys know. But one thing I do want to say is that Enzo's giving very much Zayd vibes with the way that he like hates her but can't help but want her, and he wants to be the only thing that haunts her. It's just so good. Now to talk about Does It Hurt by H.G. Carlton. That book, I was kind of shook about the book, but now I understand why people love it because I've experienced it. It was so different yet so similar to the vibe that H.G. Carlton gives in Haunting and Hunting Adeline. Like in this Does It Hurt, it's contemporary, but it's like contemporary dark romance where our female main heroine, she is running away from something which you later on find out about, but she has been stealing people's identities for like 6 years until she finds what am I talking about? When she finds Enzo at this bar and they have this little like meetup, and it gets steamy real quick and she ends up stealing his identity, and that's how the story ends up going. But he like tries to get revenge on her on his boat, and there's sharks. It's a big element, especially because of Enzo, because he runs his own like organization that has to do with sharks and like about sharks and how to track sharks and just like information about sharks. That's like what he does. Like that's what he loves. Yeah, he ends up seeing her and pretending that he doesn't know that she stole his identity, and he brings her onto his boat and he does some crazy ass shit to her, but then they get caught up in this storm and get stranded on this island with this creepy ass man. And I knew from the beginning that this wasn't good. That the old man, I didn't trust him. Nope, I did not trust him. I low-key called the plot, but like not really, but like I knew, but like it was still crazy, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so crazy. And it was just done so well, and it has that same spooky gothic atmosphere, but the enemies to lovers with Enzo and Sawyer is just stunning. I loved it. I love the elements of the ocean. I love the elements of the cave. I loved Enzo and Sawyer together. I love how much he hated her for what she did to him, and I loved how guilty she felt because of what she did to him. And it was like this push and pull back and forth. But I also loved that Sawyer wasn't a weak heroine, if you will, or like that she didn't stand up for herself. Like she still felt guilty for what she did, but she didn't back down to Enzo's attitude and anger, because it's kind of like a bully romance. Like he's kind of mean to her because he's hurt himself. It is just done so well, and I absolutely love it. I ended up giving it 5 stars, if you can't already tell. It was so good. Every book that I've read by H.G. Carlton, except Satan's Affair, I give that one 3 stars, but every other book I gave 5 stars. I just think that she gave what she needed to give. If you're looking for that specific type of spooky, gothic, dark romance, she's just for you. And her writing, she's a new author to me as well, and her writing is just like, you can't stop reading. Like it's so good. And I love the way that she writes and how deep and emotional she makes things, like with her characters. You guys, it is so good. You have to read it. Like I get it now. Like, I get it. But those are all the books that I'm gonna be reading for this vlog. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment down below how you felt about these books, or how you feel about H.G. Carlton, or if you're like as much in love with H.G. Carlton as I am. And if you don't want to comment any of that, go ahead and comment our shark emoji for Does It Hurt, because it is so good. Also, when the author puts in the title in the book, that happened, it is phenomenal. It is just done so well that you just feel it, you know. But yeah, if you don't want to comment any of that, go ahead and comment a shark emoji down below in the comments. I would love it if you do. I think that's so cute. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.